Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're gonna talk about cats.
Cats.
Cats. We're not gonna play the cat sound effect though because I got a lot of complaints.
Yeah, well, I didn't even listen to that video you did, but I heard you when you were editing it, and I'm like, why do I keep hearing a cat?
Because I'm trying to
I
drive
couldn't
you
figure out
nuts.
what was going on. I'm like, why is there a cat sound? I couldn't figure it out, and then finally he's like, oh, it's in the video, and I didn't realize you kept playing it multiple times. That was just one time in the video.
No, I got a little, pussy happy.
Then that probably is annoying. I don't blame them.
I'm not gonna annoy people.
I'm enough annoyance for everyone.
Oh man. So we're gonna talk about Cats because this is completely unheard of. Now, Cats is not burning up the box office. Cats has abysmal critical scores. It's not doing well, but this is just this takes the tuna. I've never heard.
This was bad. I never heard this either.
I have never heard of them doing this with a movie before. They actually are patching a movie that's currently in the theaters.
Right. It wasn't ready apparently, and there was a lot of scenes. Actually, Squid King came to me this morning and he's like, "Did you hear about Cats?" And I did. He's like, "Yeah, there's like parts where like their fur's not even done, so it's like this like weird color like bodysuit." And he said there's people's fingers aren't like done, so you have to bring their hands. And he goes, and their hands are like kind of going into things because they didn't draw them on there right or whatever.
Weird.
And I said, "I mean the patch," and he goes, "Yeah, did you hear about that?" And I said, "Yeah."
It's like we've reached a point where video games and movies are basically the same thing at this point. So if there's a faulty movie released to the theater, they patch it mid-showing to make sure, since we have digital projectors now, so they can do it. They patch the movie so they can try to salvage it at the box office. Why couldn't they patch movies that did not play well? Like, oh, Luke lives in this version.
Well, my next thing is, if there was that many, yeah, I know, right? If they listen to the Lucas cut, if there was that many issues, why would you even release it? That's what I don't understand.
Because the problem with these tentpole movies is that they pick a date.
A tentpole?
Well, it was expensive, but they pick a date.
So
it's
a Walmart tent.
It's a Walmart tent.
No, that's not fair. It's a dollar store tent.
No, it's a little crinkly cat house.
Okay, there you go. It's a crinkly cat house with faulty poles.
But yeah, we're going to talk about that. And I really think this comes down the same with the Star Wars movies, where they pick dates for these movies so far in advance that even if the movie's not ready, they have to release it.
But Disney, well, Star Wars, they really couldn't. But other things, they completely move their dates around. They've done it for Marvel films. They've done it for other things. Yeah. And Sonic is a big one. They knew it wasn't going to be up to snuff, so they moved it. And Disney constantly, like that Jungle Cruise movie is supposed to come out this year, and they moved it to next year. They're always shifting around dates. They just didn't want to shift around a Star Wars date, but they always shift around dates. So this could have been pushed back further had it needed to.
Well, I think they were looking for the holidays because, the last couple of years now, they've had a big, musical. Musical. They've had a big musical. So they didn't want to shift it around like sand in the litter box. They didn't want to shift it around. They wanted to get that Christmas musical money. But the movie is half-assed and not done. You still put it out. Right. I mean, that's not going to help it any. But we're going to talk about that. So before we get into this situation with Cats any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're hoping for 100,000 subs soon, guys. We're getting there. We're about 15,000 away, so thanks for that. Yeah, I couldn't believe this. I actually saw it last night, and then you said Squid King told you about it this morning. Universal notifies theaters Cats is being updated with improved visual effects. It's being patched. They're patching the Cats. Mm-hmm. They're giving Cats a vaccine. The move is unheard of for a finished film already in release.
Yeah, it's I've never heard this.
The only time I've ever heard of anything similar to this happening, before was with the prequels, the Star Wars prequels, where they had a film cut of it, and then they made some tweaks for the digital version.
Yeah, but they didn't put out unfinished things.
No, they made a couple of tweaks. Like I think one was Attack of the Clones, Anakin's hand moved or something. Little things. I think people said that there was a version of Phantom Menace where Darth Maul didn't actually come apart after he got cut in half. It was just minor things, but we're talking like patching the whole damn movie. And I have to wonder if this is going to be the new normal, because now that all the theaters are using digital and they download the movies, they can do this. They can just patch a movie.
I never heard this though. This is interesting.
Could you imagine them like releasing Clue today and be like, oh, people didn't like that ending, we'll just patch it with the other ending.
Right. Well, that's smart. We're going to have a different ending each week and you have to go to the theater multiple times.
Yeah.
I just said that. Now Disney's going to do it.
Yeah, they'll do it. They'll be like, this one Luke lives, this one Luke dies.
Well, not just that. The other movies would be like, wow, there's a different ending each week.
Yeah, there you go. So you can milk a cat because they have They have nipples.
You can milk anything with nipples.
You can milk anything with nipples.
So I hear.
Except Taylor Swift's cat does not have nipples. They covered her nipples. Maybe that's why they need to patch it.
I don't think any of these cats have nipples, just so you know.
Yeah, well, they would be on their stomachs anyway.
Yeah, it would be weird.
It would
be very weird.
All right, so
that would be so weird.
On Friday, the movie's opening day, Universal notified thousands of theaters they will be receiving an updated version of Tom Hooper's troubled film with some improved visual effects. That doesn't save the film, though, does it? No. According to a copy of the memo obtained by The Hollywood Reporter, the movie is unheard of for a finished title already in release, according to cinema operators and Hollywood studio execs. Insiders say it's being done at Hooper's request, because that'll save it. Cats, which has been ravaged by critics, is in need of any help it can get at the box office after opening to $2.6 million on Friday and receiving a C+ cinema score. The director has been upfront about the fact they barely finished the CGI heavy cats.
Apparently they didn't finish the CGI heavy cats.
They didn't in time for December 16th. Sources say he subsequently wanted to make more tweaks to certain effects. Sounds like he's got George Lucas.
There's pictures I showed you where they aren't even done. Like, is it this one? Her fingers aren't even done.
Oh, they were supposed to have, what, cat claws on them or something?
I don't know. They're supposed to look more like, they weren't supposed to be finished. And so there's a lot of people complaining about the fact that I guess that there's different scenes where their parts aren't finished, fur's not put on.
Oh my God. Well, I know they changed the faces because they had side-by-side comparison shots of, the faces that they don't look as weird. Like, I know some of the, I mean, it's still weird. It's still a weird ass movie, but they had side by side shots where it looked like before the face was just kind of pasted onto a cat CGI, and then the other ones they blended a little more naturally, and I think it was just ill-conceived. Well, here they have, I know they changed Judi Dench's. She has more fur around her face and stuff like that, but that's not what people are complaining about. I mean, people are complaining about the movie looking weird as hell. But that's not going to save the movie. No. Just adding more fur to the cats.
I mean, come on. Did anybody actually think it was going to do super well?
Oh my God.
I mean, honestly, after you saw the original trailer. I mean, I know people were saying about going to see that instead of Star Wars, but
yeah,
I didn't think it was going to work.
Working title produced a star-studded Christmas film which cost $100 million to make after tax rebates and incentives before marketing.
Oh wow!
So it's getting beaten. Cats is getting spayed. Universal's dispatch to exhibitors said the changes do not affect the running time. So they're not actually changing the movie. They're just tweaking the effects.
Fixing what's wrong with it.
The studio declined to comment.
I'm sure they did.
No comment. Why did you patch Cats? No comment. The updated movie will be available to download Sunday via satellite server, while exhibitors who don't have access to the server will receive a hard drive by Tuesday. Consider if the movie's still in theaters by Tuesday. Per Universal's notes, the studio is asking theaters to replace the current print of Cats as soon as possible.
I'm sure they are.
It's like, quick, replace Cats. We put more fur on these cats, more people will come to this movie.
Well, the interesting thing, though, that's cool is, like you said, they can just download this. I mean, it's cheaper for the studios, too. Just put a download, boom, fixed,
I'm worried like I said, though, I'm worried this is going to set a dangerous precedent where...
I think it is, too. I agree with you.
Yeah, where people are going to release half-assed, half-finished movies, or... they're going to have multiple cuts of a movie and see which one plays better. Be like, oh my God, we premiered it. People hate that ending. That's okay. We got 4 different endings.
Yeah, let's try this one.
Let's try this. That one didn't do good. Okay, we're going to put the other ending.
You sell 4 tickets. Okay, you want to see the, you want to see the Iyer cut? Boom. You want to see the Lucas cut? Boom. You want to see the,
Yeah.
There you go.
Finally get that Snyder cut you've been asking for. I would like to see the Tim Burton cut of Cats.
That would probably be more interesting.
With music by Danny Elfman.
I haven't seen this though. Both of our kids want to go see this movie.
They actually want to they've actually asked to go see Cats, but not Star Wars.
Squeaking said he kind of wants to go see Star Wars, see what kind of train wreck it is. But they actually both want to go see this, so I thought maybe you could take them.
I'm going to be the one that takes them to go see Cats.
I think so.
I saw the show like years and years and years ago. I don't remember anything. I just remember a lot of people leotards prancing. That's all I remember from Cats.
Well, I know some of the songs.
They don't even have leotards. But yeah, I'm just concerned what the long term damage is going to be now that we can just download movies and patch them like this. Because we're seeing it with video games. They release a half-assed version of a video game. They're like, we'll fix it later. Yeah, we'll just give them like basically a beta, and then we'll just patch it later.
That's basically, yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, what Pandora's box is this opening? What's going to happen moving forward? The director doesn't like it after he sees it on the screen, decides he wants to change it. Okay, there's a patch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be like, you know, save it for the DVD and the special, you know, features. I mean, you don't need to.
Well, that's kind of what they did with Star Wars, because George Lucas is constantly tweaking, but they did it with The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. They would go back and they would finish cutscenes. They would actually add all the special effects.
Right.
So,
unlike what they did with was it Endgame? They put the extra thing up and it wasn't finished.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's actually better than the alternative, where you're like, hey, all new scenes, and it's like PS2 graphics.
They just wanted to make sure they beat records. They just literally crapped it out, threw it up there, and it would look like garbage because it wasn't finished, because it was meant to be special features on the DVD or whatever, and they just shit it out fast and slapped it up for extra cash grab. I mean, the one who's going to use this kind of thing the most is Disney, guaranteed.
Oh, absolutely. They'll have different versions or they'll do they did it, again with Endgame. They did it with the Spider-Man stinger at the end of it or whatever, and they'll do that. They'll re-release a movie and be like, oh, we got new extra whatever this week, or we're gonna have it now. We're gonna tie the new Star Wars movie into the Mandalorian. Now we have a cut of that where we
go watch the movie so you can see the special cut that we did. We were gonna make this an episode, but we decided to tack it onto the movie so we can try to hit $2 billion this year. You know?
Yeah, this opens up Pandora's box, Pandora's litter box.
Pandora's litter box.
This is what this opens up, and the studios. There, see, you can do the sound effects. And the studios are going to take a big stinky dump on the audiences, I think, with this, because you're going to go see half-assed, half-finished movies. So that's my opinion.
And the cat say, "Kiss my fudgy starfish."
That's right. So, not enough people are kissing that starfish, though. It's not doing good at box office.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm taking the kids to go see.
Apparently, yes. They want to see it.
Hashtag Cats Army. It's more like small... cats protest, I think. At this point. It's not really an army.
It's an irate protest.
An irate protest. All right, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Thinking about printing your own comic books, graphic novel, or manga? We recommend our friends over at PrintNinja. We've been using PrintNinja as long as they've been printing comics, and both the quality and price is excellent. Mention Clownfish TV and get an additional 5% overrun of your book order quantity printed for free. For free! That's free books, people. Just mention this offer on the phone or in the additional information box on the quote request form. That's printninja.com, or click on the link in the description below. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.